All right. Good afternoon, Friday. Welcome to a whole lot of Zep Diecast channel. I'm Rick, and we're going to be going over some Australian muscle today. So why don't we just head on over to the table and see what we got on tap. So what I have up here on the table, for any of you that don't already know, most of you do, this is a 1970 Chevelle basic Hot Wheel that Hewitt's Hot Wheels turned into this piece of artwork, and he did a phenomenal job on it. And if any of you have an interest in having any customs done, or if you're just interested in checking out other people's diecast channels, I highly recommend checking out Hewitt's Hot Wheels. The guy's got great content, and he does a lot of customizing. You'll be impressed at what this guy can do. This is a one-off and just one example of what he's capable of creating. If you kind of look in the background there on the top of the screen, you can see a little bit of a blurred out Chevelle that I have hanging up on the wall there, that red car, and that is basically what Hewitt's Hot Wheels started off with, and this is what it turned into. Amazing. So a couple of days ago, some of you may have known that I received a gift box, an RA-OK from Chris Author. And in the box were 3 Aussie Road Ragers. And these diecast cars are built like tanks and detailed incredibly well, and they're all based off of actual cars. And so what I'm going to start off with here is a 1970 Ford Falcon XW GT Phase 2. And this is the driver's name is Bruce McPhee, and he took second place in Bathurst. And this is just an amazing, an absolute amazing diecast. I did have it off the plinth, but I'm not going to take it off again, because you can see it just fine with it on the plinth. These are an absolute amazing diecast, and it is a replica of the real deal. And I would compare them to somewhere between a Mini GT and a Tarmac. Metal base, metal body, rubber tires. Like I said, they're a little on the heavy side, so you can feel the sturdiness of this car in this casting. And here is the packaging it comes in. And there's Aussie Road Ragers. So if you ever watch CRA Diecast, sometimes Chris does his videos inside his house. Most of the time he does them outside. But when he does them inside, he has a display as his backdrop of various die casts that he collects and displays, and some of which are the Aussie Road Ragers. And I was always curious about them. And here it is. I open up the box and I find not one, not two, but three that he had gifted to me. And they are very detailed, and they are just amazing replicas of the real cars. Like I said, this one took second place in the Bathurst in 1970, and the driver's name was Bruce McVie. Just an amazing, absolute amazing diecast. Things are built like tanks, and it's the right-hand drives. So yeah, it got an opening hood. Revealing that beauty of a engine. It's kind of hard to show all the finer details. I'm gonna bring the car in close, and I'm gonna have to play around with the focus on the camera. It's a hassle, but you guys can see the car just fine from this angle. And these cars get up and boogie as fast as Jimmy Page is playing this solo right now. So it's pretty damn fast. Cars move like a bullet with butterfly wings. All right. So that is a 1970 Falcon, and that's a Phase 2. And it's such a cool car. Up next here, there's a little bit of a backstory about this one in particular. And this is a 71 Falcon XY GT, and it's a Phase 3, so it's a little different. They actually put Goodyear tires on it, so you got the white wall lettering on there. And there's a couple little extra features on this car that you wouldn't see on the Phase 2. So I'm gonna put it on. This is not the passenger side. I like I said in the past videos, I have to have Memphis on the driver's side of all the cars. So the driver's side would be on the right-hand side here. Don't ask me why. It's an OCD thing. When I was doing my unboxing video, I did put a car on the table that was on the Memphis was on the passenger side, and it threw me off for a few seconds. Again, don't ask. It's a quirk thing with me. It's not like I have to knock 5 times before I put the car down on the table or anything, but I do have an OCD thing. That's one of the quirky things about my OCD. Anyway, not to get off topic. So this is a 71 Bathurst Legend. And on lap 43, and this was another bathhouse, the 500 race. And on lap 43, Bill Brown blew a front tire as he rounded McPhillamy Park towards the top of the mountain. And what followed was a horrific crash that was ever captured on film. And his car rolled over several times along the timber crash fence, and it came to a rest on its roof. The car was all but busted and broken into two pieces, almost completely. And fortunately, Bill Brown was able to be lifted out of the wreck with a concussion, a black eye, and as they put it here, a bent ego, and a solid appreciation for his health. The race continued, and the first 8 places in Class E, the first, second, and third to Moffitt, Barnes, and McKay. Bill Brown, not to come to grief on lap 43, one wonders whether a different result would have been recorded in history had he not crashed. So this car, as fast as it is, it couldn't handle. He just, unfortunately, the tire blew and he lost control of the car. So it is a good question. What could have happened had he not blew the tire out on this car? And I'll show you a picture of the car resting on the fence upside down, and you can see how mangled it is. And that's the car that's spinning around on the table right now, the replica. Obviously the replica. So this is just a very, very cool car. At a quick glance, it kind of resembles the Mercury Cougar. Just if you look at it real quick and look away, and I think it's because of the rear spoiler, it gives that impression. These are muscle cars in every sense of the word. It's Australian muscle at its best, and I do appreciate this. I appreciate all kinds of muscle cars, but this is just really unique because this is it's Australian muscle. It's a Falcon. It's just a sweet car, and again, these things are built incredibly. So unfortunately, as beautiful as this diecast looks, the real car unfortunately did not look like that halfway through the first 100 laps, sadly. But fortunate enough to have diecast companies that are able to recreate these beautiful cars in 1/64th scale. Yeah, I really do wish. I don't know. I just wish that for his sake it would have been a different result. Because I'm kind of curious to know where they would have landed in the standings had he been able to finish the race. So there we have the Ford Falcon XY GT HO Phase 3 and all its awesomeness. Okay, so up next, what I have here is a 69 XW Surfaroo Ute. Who does not love a Ute? They're like mini El Caminos for the Outback. And this one comes with a surfboard. Hence Surfaroo. How cool looking is that? Rally sport rims, red line tires. Not sure what size engine is that, but it's definitely a V8. because that's when you're really in a hurry to get down to the surf and get out there and beat the great whites. And these are just amazingly built die-cast cars. And again, they are from a good friend in mine, CRA Diecast, Chris Arthur. And I'm still waiting on that boomerang to come back, Chris. I threw it a couple hours ago. I don't know. Maybe it's flying its way back to you. No, I am, like I mentioned to you, I am going to take it out to a field tomorrow, and I'm gonna give it a shot and see what happens. I'm only gonna do it 1 or 2 times, and if I can't get the thing to come back, I'm not chasing after it because I'm not a dog chasing a stick. So, but irregardless of whether it comes back or not, the fact that you gave it to me and it's an official boomerang from Australia, it's such a unique piece, and I appreciate it immensely. Like I said, we have it hanging up in our living room because my wife and my younger daughter Ireland, they liked it so much and they wanted to see it more often too, so I had to share it with them and put it up in the living room, and it's become a celebrated conversation piece in such a short period of time that I've owned it. And thank you again kindly, Chris. It's such a cool gift. Very unique as well as cool. But here we have the Ute. The Surfaroo Ute. Blah, blah, blah. Very, very cool. These cars are just so well detailed. It's amazing. I'll zoom out a little bit and see if I can bring it in a little bit closer without losing the focus on it. You can see the wood paneling in there. Very detailed there. They even painted the windshield wipers. Sneak under the hood there. But how cool is that? Australian muscle, right from Australia. Give that one more go around, and I'm going to wrap it up. So I'm going to take my boomerang and hop in this car and drive east until my hat starts floating, and then I'll hop on the surfboard. I say I'll just drive until whatever. I'm about a state away from the ocean. Anyway, there we have the Aussie Road Rangers. I'm Rick. And thanks for stopping by. You've been watching a whole lot of Zep Diecast. You guys stay healthy, stay safe, take care of one another, and just remember, it'll all be all right in the end. If it's not all right, it sure as hell ain't the end. So I will talk to you guys and see you soon on the next video. Take care.